It was undeniable that William was indeed a genius. Reading his notes, he felt that his face had been slapped. Fantastic. No wonder he was able to be recruited by Umbrella. This note contained detailed information, and he wanted to remember it all. Like a maniac, Eddie continued to read the note seriously. On the other hand, William saw what he was doing from behind a double-sided mirror.
What do you think of him? Should I take the note back?
I don't want to see him. As for the note, let him have it. Take care and give him some benefits if needed. I just don't want him to interfere in my research.
A look of indifference appeared on William's face.
The G virus has almost reached the final stage. I don't want to delay time for little things like this, especially taking care of that guy named Eddie.
After that, he left. He had planned his departure from Umbrella, but still hadn't told his wife about it, or one could say he didn't want to. Seeing her husband's departure, Annette sighed sadly. More and more, her husband seemed to be getting frustrated and tired. Although it had been more than 10 years, William still did not want to accept that there was someone better than him. Annette will protect her family, especially her daughter Sherry, no matter what happens. Outside William's private laboratory, Lespro leaned against the wall while watching Eddie, who was still studying the notes Annette had given him. Although she looked as energetic and nonchalant as ever, she was actually recovering her stamina. One would have never expected this frail-looking little man to be so full of energy, but no matter. In fact, she was quite happy with it. A few hours passed quickly. When Eddie reached the last page, he heard the sound of high heels approaching from outside the room. When the door opened, the blonde woman returned, this time with a cup of coffee.
Here, you must be tired after reading all those notes,
she said as she placed the coffee on the table. Thank you. Closing the note, Eddie handed it back to Annette. This note is amazing. There's a lot of unique information I never thought of before. After memorizing and studying all the contents, Eddie finally sighed, satisfied. Annette, who heard praise after praise from Eddie, found her good feelings for him growing. In her heart, she felt proud. This note was indeed one of her husband's best achievements and hard work.
Be thankful that you were allowed to read it. There are many out there who would like to learn this information, but they are unable to,
she replied with a faint smile. Seeing that the man was hesitant about taking the coffee she brought, she said,
Don't worry, there's no poison in it.
Ha ha ha, of course not. By the way, how is Dr. William? Is he still busy? He nervously laughs.
Yes, he was busy and still didn't have time to accompany you. Also, I wonder why Spencer sent you here.
To help Dr. Williams' project and gain experience. Who knows, in the future I may be able to work on my own project. Eddie chuckled. Why are you asking me this? I know Dr. William rather dislikes Uncle Spencer, but there's no need to be so defensive like this, right?
Good then. As long as you have no bad intentions here, then I promise to facilitate whatever you want.
Take it easy. I'm not interested in their arguments. As for the real reason why Uncle Spencer sent me here, I don't know myself. But I won't lie that I'm very interested in matters related to viruses. If there is nothing else you want to ask, I will leave. I have something important to do right now. Grabbing the coffee, he gulped it down. After that, he said goodbye to Annette.
Wait, take this. It contains experimental data that will help you.
Annette hurriedly called him while handing over a flash drive.
As I have said before, as long as you do not have bad intentions, I will facilitate anything you want.
Facilitate me with anything I want. He slyly smiled.
Yes, anything. As long as you don't tell anyone else.
Annette narrowed her eyes. Never mind. I'm honestly not interested in the G virus, he replied with a joking laugh. But then his expression turned more serious, because sooner or later, I will create one more advanced and powerful than the G. Accepting the flash drive, he then left while waving his hand. Annette stood still as she watched the man leave. He was probably referring to something she was thinking about at the moment. Her hair stood on end, but killing him would not be wise. Spencer would be even more wary once he received word of Eddie's death. This was, of course, very dangerous, and she didn't want anything to happen to her family, especially her daughter.